As Metroidvania fans lament Ori's devs plan to work on its Souls-like for another 5 years at least, the CEO says. Dude, I'm excited for this. No Rest for the Wicked is a wicked game. Lan Harris over at Games Radar. The developer of the beloved Ori games may have committed to its early access Diablo-like No Rest for the Wicked for the next 5 to 10 years, but Moon Studios CEO Thomas Mahler says that doesn't necessarily mean they won't see another Metroidvania from the studio in that time. Over on Discord, Mahler has been chatting to fans about all things Ori, with some previous remarks about the studio working on No Rest for the Wicked for the next 5 to 10 years, as development isn't ending after it hits 1.0 resurfacing. We're in early access phase right now. They're launching another expansion. This is where I find it really weird, Michael, is that we're in early access, but instead of finishing the game, they open up and they drop other pieces of the game for you. I just want the game.
Yeah.
Dude, I just want the full thing, right? But either way, respond to a fan who reckons it's, quote, sad, end quote, that we won't get another 3D platformer from Ori's devs in the last, or at least 10 years. Mueller says some words of comfort. Quote, don't know about that, end quote, he says. Quote, Wicked is the highest priority for me, but we just had a call from Microsoft a few days ago. Let's see what'll happen. We'll be able to do a lot of things, but again, I'll be on Wicked and Perfect Project. End quote. Interesting statement there, Michael. Mahler also admits Ori 3 might already be in the works at another studio, though he adds it'll be very strange if so, as no one has reached out to him or the studio about that. He also agrees that collaborating with Hollow Knight studio Team Cherry would be rad indeed. Well, that makes a lot of sense too, because they can, dude, Hollow Knight, incredible game. Keeping with the idea of another studio doing Ori game, Mahler tells one fan who would rather wait for Moon Studios that the main challenge someone else would face is writing the story. Quote, you could already take all the mechanics we made for Wisp and just expand upon that, end quote, he says. Quote, and you need some incredibly good level designers. But story-wise, I'm not sure I could think of another studio off the top of my head that would fit perfectly to continue Ori's story. End quote. Dude, I'm waiting for Moon Studios to do Ori 3. I don't want anybody else to touch that game.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, they have a big enough team, as he kind of alluded to, right? He made some interesting comments, right? He said, hey, look, we just talked to Microsoft. I can't say anything, but because it kind of sounds like they're going to be working on Ori 3 here slowly in the background. I'm curious what No Rest for the Wicked is going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years, right? As you kind of said.
Yeah.
You've been playing quite a bit of it. I hopped in here and there. You got me on it. It's one of those, right? It's the curse of early access. You're like, I'm glad we got this game, and they're not going to work on it and then release it. But at some point, you're like, all right, give us the full release, right? When's 1.0 coming? Why are you releasing this content here? As you said, another expansion's coming here. I kind of just want you to release the game, and then you can go work on Ori 3. So I'm curious their priorities, right? As we just talked about with Mass Effect, as opposed to downsizing the team. Maybe they're going to split the team in half, but yeah, I'm with you. I don't want anybody else working on Ori 3, but I am curious to see where they can go with No Rest for the Wicked, so I'll be a little bummed if they say, all right, we're probably letting go of No Rest for the Wicked, because I think it has some good potential. It just needs a few things worked out, but this is good news if you're a No Rest for the Wicked fan, and maybe good news if you're an Ori fan. It's hard to tell if he's just trying to make sure fans are still happy with him, or if he actually knows something that he can't tell anybody.
Yeah, no, I'm in their Discord too, so I'm following along with a lot of things, and it's a busy Discord, which is cool to see. Ori, one of the best games, both Will-O-Wisp and the Forest. Like, dude, both games incredible. No Rest for the Wicked, their next lineup, where they're going next, right? The future looks strong for them. Can they carry it over? The problem for me, because I'm such a console guy, I'm waiting for that console port. How much time do I put into my PC? Dude, I play it on my Steam Deck. I play a lot of it on my Steam Deck. I'm like hours and hours and hours deep. I'm building at my home right now, and grinding out and gearing up and doing this and doing that and challenges. I would like to see some iteration on the daily challenges and things like that, but I'm sure they'll get there in time over the 5 to 10 year cycle we get into here, which has me excited, right? Dude, I'd love to talk to the team and say, hey, what are you guys getting into next? Where are you looking to lead this over the course of these 5 to 10 years? What do you want to expand upon? Will we ever see Ori 3? Yeah. Granted, though, if they're talking to Microsoft, there could be an opportunity for Moon Studios to come in and work on it. But if Microsoft owns the IP, which I think they do, maybe that's why another team is working on it, which then makes me a little nervous. You never quite know if it's going to pan out, right? You don't have the same team on it, the same team that made the game. It makes you a little nervous. But either way, dude, excited to see where Moon Studio goes next. No Rest for the Wicked, top of my priority list as well.